Okay, and the return of all things, not really return, but just more Pentagon UFO files have been released as of Friday. So let's read. It says here, let me record. It says Pentagon releases more declassified UFO files, but still no smoking gun. Interesting. I wonder what this one's about. We see what this is, what breaking news, new document details, UAP encounters, observations, and internal investigation. The Pentagon on Friday unveiled another significant release of declassified materials of unidentified anomalous phenomena, intensifying public scrutiny over mysterious aerial sightings. The latest disclosure, a part of a broader declassification effort directed by President Donald Trump, includes more than 50 previously classified videos and supporting documents. These files continue to fuel intense interest in UAPs, the government's formal term for what are commonly known as UFOs. Right, of course, I like UFO more than UAP. Um, Among the materials that are striking infrared videos, one captured in April 2024 by U.S. Coast Guard sensors showing an object maneuvering near a plane over the southeastern United States. Another from 2021 labeled Syrian UAP Instant Acceleration, depicting rapid movement captured by military platform, and a 2020 recording of U.S. Central Command showing a spherical object flying over a populated area before ascending rapidly into the sky. Yeah, that's pretty nuts, I would have to say. Um a particularly compelling account from a senior U.S. intelligence officer who described encountering two large orbs while on a helicopter mission last year. Officer detailed the objects as orange with white or yellow center. Orange with white or yellow center. Emitted a light in all directions. Fighter jets scrambled in response, but the orbs reportedly pursued the aircraft. We were virtually speechless after the observations. Interesting. So you're being, the orbs are chasing jets, and jets are trying to get out of the way. Wow. Despite the extensive investigation, the Pentagon's All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office has found no evidence linking any incidents to extraterrestrial origins. And what is it? It's made by humans. However, officials acknowledge that many cases remain unsolved and unexplained. That makes sense because it's not extraterrestrial, it's demons, but you're going to call it aliens. This release brings the total number of declassified UAPs over 200. That's a lot, brother. That's a lot. And that's just including like ships, I guess, and whatnot. But I mean, the smoking gun everybody's looking for is actual biological life, like life. Like we're talking about like something that's not human. Um, Walking, talking, all that stuff. This release brings the total number, 200. It follows an initial batch made by public 2 weeks ago, which drew massive global attention to a new dedicated Pentagon website. I didn't know that. President Trump emphasized the push for openness, stating in a social media post, in an effort for complete and maximum transparency that people can decide for themselves what the hell is going on. Well, it's because they're demons or angels masquerading themselves as fallen angels masquerading themselves as workers and angels of light, or workers that are not of iniquity, workers that are for you and for whatever. They're clearly not. um what is it? Yeah, pretty interesting to see how they talk about them. And uh like orange with a light that's being emitted or whatever. And um yeah. I just want, like what they're saying, like it's these light, and then dropping on a dime and just taking off, like you're gone, dude, you're gone. Just a drop of a dime and then you're out of here. Rapidly accelerating, chasing jets, them trying to scramble. That's pretty crazy. Um, and that's what they are. They are supernatural. And I'm tired of hearing like it's created by somebody else. No, if it is created by humans, it's because they are talking to literal beings that they can touch, feel, taste, all this stuff. As gross as that sounds, um, because it's real. It's very real. They're not aliens. They are fallen angels. At worst, saying that like that's worse than a demon, and a demon at best, meaning that it's something that's inhabiting, taking on some kind of form, um, an antichrist itself, right? Or Antichrist himself, right? The Antichrist. So yeah, uh, I just I'm right. I am waiting, and the reason why they do is they drip feed you this kind of information. So as they do that, it becomes apparent that you become more desensitized to this kind of activity. And so then when they finally happen, people, there won't be this mass freak out, because they always say that we can't do this because then they would uproot societies or businesses, or Wall Street would collapse. And it's like, then, the end of the world happens. And so they do it years and years after. Then they make it every day. Then they do a little by a little by a little. And by that time, more nefarious stuff has already happened as they're continuing to drip feed it. So it becomes more and more desensitized to it. I was just talking about this with some friends at a cookout on Friday. And we were just talking about aliens and a bunch of believers. And we were just talking about it and how some were just like desensitizing people to, COVID, or these men in black, or aliens and whatnot. And um, I just kept thinking about, like, the world might be desensitized, but the Christians should not be, because this should be this should be Bible 101. I immediately said, you believe in a God that rose from the dead, period. That that itself eclipses, or even is a pinnacle, that somebody died and they came back to life. That is supernatural. That is alien. That is some, that, you see what I'm saying? It's otherworldly. And so aliens, demons, all become very real, very apparent real fast. Wizards and necromancers and sorcerers and Dungeons and Dragons and, whatever, right? All just become real, because it is. It is. And so, and the Bible talks about this, and the Bible has it laid out for us and what's going to happen. So, believe in the supernatural, believe in the miracle, believe in the otherworldly, because it's true. And who they are, though, and how they identify themselves is very different. Um, and that's where the deception comes. That's where the lie comes. That's where the vernacular and the language and the narrative become deceptive and antichrist, because they were trying to point you away from Christ. So, anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. You can see back here, just a quick update. I got laid off 2 days ago, so I'm applying for Costco. So, hey, Costco, if you're watching this video, hire me, because I got bills to pay and people to preach the gospel to there. That's just 1 minute mini spots. If you guys didn't know, you haven't watched my videos, I just got recently laid off on Friday, May 22nd, when this came out. Um, and God has a new place for me to go. And maybe one day, like I said, it'll be on YouTube, where I can turn what I had made into a living with cybersecurity, and I can just do it here. And so maybe one day, but we'll continue to put out videos. And I just ask that you would continue to pray for me, my family, and all the finances to be met and above, to support the lifestyle that we live. And the last time I got laid off was almost 10 years ago, almost just under 10 years ago. Um, I was working for my church, and I was working for them in cyber and doing some desktop engineering and cybersecurity stuff. And they were going through a layoff season. And but at least, they told us, and they gave us information and all this other stuff, and that it was coming, and to be praying about it and prepping us and whatnot. And this, unfortunately, in the corporate world, was very sudden, without notice or expectation or anything like that. And so that goes to show you how you're treated in different places and spaces. But that's okay. So if you could continue to pray for me, and then I will find a job, and I get a nice little severance, which is great. And all my unused PTO will then come to me as well, which is great, because I haven't taken any PTO. So while I'm on this little forced vacation, can you be praying that I would get a job that would not only supplement my income that I lost, but will be more. And the money that I'm getting from a severance, I can use to take my family on a vacation. And be praying for my YouTube channel. Be praying for it to grow, and for me to do my job of making these videos and getting them out, and to just be as interactive as possible. I don't make a single penny, single dollar, single anything. I've been doing this for almost 6 years now, longer than that, almost 8 years, and I'm barely cracking right under 2,000. I'm not right under. I'm not even at 1,500 subscribers. So there's a lot of work to be done, but yet I'm just grateful that I am where I am, and I do this out of the abundance of my heart, to be able to make videos and share them with you guys, and hopefully that will bring people to Christ. And that's ultimately it. And if there's any finances that come out of it, that get go in my pocket, praise God for that. I'll take it. But anyways, that's it, guys. I really appreciate it. Love you. See you in the next one.